Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Final Show Films. I am Zen, your executive producer here, and I want to thank you all for tuning in. I particularly want to thank our $25 tier supporters over at our Patreon page at patreon.com/fsfilms. Those being Trevian Alexander, Samantha Bates, Cat Waterflame, and L, without whom we wouldn't be able to do nearly as much of the things we do now. So thank you all very much for your support over the years. And for those of you that are watching live, please sit back, relax, and enjoy. And we're live.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Stardust RPG on Trails of Stardust. I am William, and I am your dungeon master, game master for this 5th edition campaign. And joining me today, we have Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I am playing Kendall, who is an Eladrin warlock. Yeah, that's right. Yep. Uh-huh. Yep.
That is definitely the thing. And Holly.
Hi, I'm Holly. I'm playing Mistel, an Envarin rogue.
And Sen.
I'm Sen, and I'm playing Coltarn, an orc artificer, master maker, master maker, master 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 maker maker.
Master maker makes me a master.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need your BDSM kink in here right now.
Ooh, interesting.
Anyway.
No. Now I'm thinking Fiddler on the Roof.
You just
but
put that
set
together?
in the kink community.
Sorry, repeat that sentence to me one more time.
If I were a top switch.
Right, exactly. There you go.
All day long, I'd beady bum.
All day long, we'd find a new dumb.
You're welcome, everyone. I just come up with the ideas. These people execute them.
And Jack.
Hi, I'm Jack. So what the fuck's going on? I play Till Wayland, who is a Way of the Iron Path avian monk, and technically in character in charge of this band of misfits, which will probably just mean he ends up holding the Slurpee and Red Vines.
Which he is doing right now.
There you go, Jeremy. It's a callback joke.
And Craig.
Hi, I'm playing bees, a swarm of nocturne and torch bees that collectively form a Swarmkeeper Ranger. And we'd like our red vines back, please.
You're going to have to ask Kendall. She's the one who paid for him.
So, when last we left off, the party had, as normal, Black Lives Matter, trans rights are human rights, eat the rich, and as this stream may or may not be powered by Siren Escape, all things considered.
I do not. There's an Adderall shortage right now, which basically means I don't have the brain to keep track of Sirenscape. So if you're not doing it, it ain't happening.
I'll see what I can figure out. I still have yet to actually run through and look at that.
So it sounds like no.
Probably not this session until I've actually figured out Siren.
Sen's brain, like the WGA, is on strike due to not being provided the necessary resources.
There you go.
Yep.
For very good reasons.
Not being provided the necessary resources for very good reasons?
No, being on strike for very good reasons.
Okay. Yeah. Because absolutely there is no good reason for why there's an Adderall shortage.
No, 100% not.
Regardless of what some far-right pundits say about it just being all people with ADHD just being addicted to crack.
Yeah, because that's definitely how that works.
So anyway,
Look, if they lived in any level of reality, they wouldn't be far-right pundits. So
And as a final note, because it's actually been revealed, thank you, Rachel Morgan, for the False Hydra, for the iteration of the False Hydra that I am using in this particular campaign.
Woo!
Because there's a variety of different ways you can stat this fucking monster, and I didn't want to do it myself.
Fair.
Reasonable.
But when last we left off, the party had made their way to the missing town that had disappeared from the maps, which they learned upon arrival was named Reisveld. And upon investigating, found things to be a little odd, with a smaller population density in this town than seemingly its structure supported, and some of the buildings being dilapidated and out of care, and a mysterious lack of awareness of the problem among the entire population of the town. After a bit of investigating and some experimentation, the group had discovered that the town appears to be under threat by a false hydra, a mysterious aberration whose song occludes its presence from the listener's sense of awareness, preventing it from being detected so long as one hears the siren song. The creature, which Jasira recalled from her knowledge of ancient myth and legend as being a creation of Godsblood, the essence that makes up divine beings, having run amok and being formed of lies and deceit influenced by this material. She has warned, if it continues to devour the town, then at some point when the town can no longer sustain it, it will burrow its way to a new town and begin the cycle anew. So, the party, having vaguely figured out what this thing is, if not exactly how to deal with it, have departed the town of Reisveld to get away from its song for long enough to try and find methods of stopping themselves from being able to hear the song. The gas station that they're at, they have stopped to potentially see if they have earplugs that the majority of the party can use. And that's where we pick up, as the group has pulled into a gas station several miles, more than 10 miles out from the town itself.
All right. So just to reiterate, our plan is find something that stops us from being able to hear what it's doing, get back into town, figure out a way underneath the town hall where it seems to be burrowed into, kill it, find Mistel's family.
Yes.
Excellent. All right.
What was the reason that bees couldn't be deafened?
Because you're a swarm of bees.
We don't
I
have
mean,
enough. We don't
couldn't-
have enough earplugs for each of the bees' ear holes.
Couldn't
And
you
if you-
stuff the bee into a like into a suit?
I mean, yeah, we could seal your suit potentially, but that would limit your ability to do anything.
Yeah. Okay.
And if we do use the gun thing, that's just gonna kill bees.
Yeah, Strida, the demigod, has proven to have an method of deafening people, which is to say, she does something with her divine spark that basically sets off a flashbang next to someone's ears
A method.
and forcibly deafens them for about 10 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, like if
But that would
If bees
probably
use-
individually kill all of the individual members of Bee's swarm if they
Does-
were all exposed to that.
does bees have a physical weapon they can use? Because I know for the most part, all your weapons are just more bees.
I mean, the bees are physical, but
Yeah,
other than that, no.
yeah.
An external weapon.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, even all the spells we've flavored as
It's
bees.
Just,
So
it's just more bees.
I'm being hoisted upon my own thematic petard, and I love it.
Yes.
All right. Well, while we try and get everything situated,
There is the
Till
sound
looks at the
of there is the sound of Slurpee being sucked from a straw around somewhere.
Till looks at Kendall and Mistle. Which one of you two wants to try to explain to Bees why things are going to get weird when we go back into town?
I can try.
That would be
Okay.
best.
That would be lovely. Thank you so much, Mistle. We appreciate it.
More of them gather. More of the bees gather around Mistle.
As
Okay.
Streeta sort of looks over the group. I think you can settle for enough for yourselves. I am aware of the problem now, and I do have, I believe, a method that will resolve it from my own ends. She says, as her eyes begin to like cloud over with just a golden glow, as her eyes just sort of disappear behind divine magic.
Excellent.
If I am focusing, I should be able to pierce all illusions.
All right.
Well, in that case, I go into while they do explanations. I'm going to go see if I can buy earplugs and Bluetooth communication devices or similar that I can cobble together into exteriorly deafened but still able to communicate between each other headsets.
So the most expensive part of that is going to be the comm pieces, which you can theoretically find like disposable, like miniaturized walkie-talkies, essentially.
Yeah.
But let me pull up either Stardust Compendium or Dark Matter. We'll have what I'm looking for here.
I'm assuming these things are sub vocals. Because if it's just a vocal microphone, if it's going to pick up sound coming from our mouths, it's also going to pick up song and transmit that into.
Yeah, I would be looking to get like bone conduction, like that, like basically like where it's basically sitting attached to your like to the back of your jaw and in your ear, enough that it's picking up the only sounds it picks up are the vibrations from your chin, rather than anything else.
I would say that the complexity of this, they don't need to be planetary scale communicators, but they are more expensive and more complicated than a standard 5-mile comm. So they will be about 10 gold each.
That's fine.
For sets of these communication devices.
Yeah.
The earbuds are basically like a non-factor in that regard. They're probably like like 2 copper each.
Yeah. So that's 40 gold, 50 gold if we're counting Jazeera.
Yes.
50 gold and say a silver as far as additional materials, including the earbuds.
Roughly, yes.
And stuff in order, because I want to make them enclosed. I don't want to make I want to make the ear enclosed fully, so there's no chance of them falling out.
Yeah, about an extra silver on top of the 50 gold for the earpieces.
And then, do you want me to make a tinker check, or can it just be assumed that I can cobble this together?
It's not hard, but just in case, go ahead and roll me one.
Tinker's tools with intelligence.
Yes, there theoretically is a consequence for failure here.
All right. I am going to guidance myself. Wait, no, I don't have guidance. Never mind.
I'll guide you.
Yay.
Bees will guide you.
And Till will help, if possible,
Sure.
because he's reasonably technologically inclined.
Sure, you can roll with advantage and a guidance. Which should make it literally impossible to fail.
22.
Unless you rolled 2 natural ones. One of them was a natural 1. Look at that.
One of them was. But although even with natural 1, it would have still been like a 12.
But yes, with a 22, fairly safely, you think that you can fashion fairly well secured silencing materials that will still house the communication devices in them, so that you can all communicate with each other, even if with no one else.
So yeah, so it basically comes back with a pair of.
You'll probably want to spend an extra 10 gold just to give Streeta a comm so that she can communicate with you, even if she doesn't need to be deafened.
Sure. Yeah. Actually. Yeah, I would make her one anyways, just because that way she can communicate with the bone conduction without it picking up the siren song. Um, so I'll come back basically to everyone with a pair of, they look like completely disconnected, like just the ear ports of a headphone disconnected from the bar. And just go, these will self-adhere to over your ears. Say I've got one size to fit everyone. These will self-adhere over the ear, deafening you from external sounds, except for the built-in communicator, which will be working via bone conduction. So it'll only hear what you say. You don't have to say it very loud. You can sub-vocalize it, and it'll pick it up still. Shouldn't hear anything externally, and we'll be able to communicate. If not, we'll communicate with each other, but not hear the Hydra.
Excellent. All right. Well,
Which, to B's perspective, if they have any input, they have been told about this Hydra for a while now, but have not actually understood its presence because they have never been unable to hear the song.
Bees is just on a fundamental level basically incapable of admitting that they don't understand something. So they're certainly not vocalizing that they're not following.
Mistel sits down in the middle of the bees and is trying to explain to bees what is going on.
You're getting basically the equivalent of, okay, well, I understand, but maybe for someone else you could describe it.
Okay, bees, think of the scariest monster you've ever seen.
Okay.
Okay, it's 10 times scarier than that. And there's a bunch of them, like different heads.
Okay.
And necks, and they're all invisible.
So we need a lot more of the swords.
Yes.
As you realize that the scariest thing that Beast has ever seen was that massive fuck-off dragon that almost ate your ship.
And you need to trust us. Since you can't see it, you need to trust us when we tell you what to stab.
We trust you until...
Do you not trust the others?
Sometimes.
Okay.
all right. Well, hearing that, well, Bees, you know how I stand back.
We trust Coltarn, except when Coltarn is telling us we can't drive.
I understand how that might feel, yes. Well, Bees, it's probably going to be, I'm going to be shooting at things that you might not be able to see.
Okay.
And then when you go to shoot things, either Mistel or I will tell you where you should point in order to get out and do things, all right?
Oh, okay. Sometimes back on Nocturna, when there were things that were hard to see, we'd send out some of the swarm to fly around them and glow, and that would make them easier to see. Out of character, they're suggesting fairy fire.
Right. Mm-hmm. Well, we can certainly give that at least one try, probably. It might work, but it also might not, so don't get too disappointed if that doesn't actually do anything, all right?
Even if that doesn't work, we still get to try to sting things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Excellent. Mm. This'll be fun. But if everybody sans Bees is kitted up, Till's gonna ask, all right, are we ready to go back in on this thing then?
Uh-huh.
But if we're deaf, we can't hear bees.
That's true. Bees, we might...
Yeah.
We probably won't be able to hear you very well, but we'll be talking out loud so you can hear us. All right?
Okay, we'll definitely remember that and won't be confused.
Excellent. Good. Okay.
Narrator voice. They would be confused.
They would be very confused. Yeah, load everybody back in our rent-a-truck or whatever it is we have. I can't remember.
Yeah, you have your like the truck that you had taken from Severinus.
Right. All right, Miss Fairchild.
Oh, yeah.
As the vehicle makes its way across, Streeta sort of grabs the one of the two things that she has and puts one over one ear, and doesn't bother with the other one. You all may want to put yours on before we arrive, because
I figured everybody was already wearing them already.
I mean, there's an amount of you probably want to be able to hear a little bit before you go in. You'll probably want to put yours on before you get too close, so that you don't forget why you want to put them on.
Bees, when I put this on, I can't hear you anymore. But I can still see you. Okay?
Okay.
We'll put them on.
We can tap and we can point.
They are now on.
Bees, some of the bees come up and sort of like sort of tap their heads a little bit, and then will fly up, and there is sort of I'm gonna use mage hand out of the bees to form just like a thumbs up hand in front of Mitchell.
Well done, bees.
Also, to a certain extent, Jasira says into the comm network, I can act as a go-between, being that I can hear and also communicate on this.
Excellent. All right.
Now, to be clear, bees also can't hear through this comm network, right?
No.
Okay.
Which means that any vocal instructions you get are coming from Streeta.
Okay. All right.
Well, I
Or
mean,
from someone else
the
speaking
comm
out loud.
network, the comm network doesn't right. Like when we're speaking out loud, bees will be able to hear it, and everybody else around will be able to hear it because it'll be picking up on the bone vibration.
It's just if it's that sub vocal.
Right.
Yeah.
If we go sub vocal, then we won't.
Yeah.
But Streeta has both worlds because she's got true
Right.
sight and can thus see through the illusion even then.
Got it.
So what do we see when we get back to town?
So as you approach, once again, Streeta, who had turned it off for a little bit, but her eyes once again are like covered over with that golden glow as her purple eyes just sort of disappear under golden light. And as all of you sort of make sure that the seals are on tight and you can't hear anything except for your own voices in the comm communication. As you pull into town, bees, it just looks like the town that you were just in. It's like there's not a lot of people here. The people here are kind of odd, but it's a town. Some of the buildings are old. The rest of you see that you haven't been gone long, but you think there's a few more holes in the ground and buildings nearby. As you look around, you can see the sheer level of devastation that has been wrought on this town. You only sort of saw it for the time that you were able to be deafened previously, but like driving through it again, like back into town, you can see for certain the raw destruction that has gone down here. Every building that you thought previously was just empty has holes in the roof where obviously one of these things has reached down or punched up through the ground beneath, and presumably eaten the occupants. You're starting to see this town doesn't look like it's going to have much longer before this thing runs out of food, or at least not enough to sustain itself.
Till's got a passive perception of 20. I want to be keeping an eye out, and if anything comes for us that Kendall's going to have to do any evasive action for, be prepared to assist.
Bees is right in that neighborhood as well, but is probably not super reliable given the situation.
Fair enough.
Super reliable most of the time, of course, but just
Mhm.
what does it look like? Does Bees see people that aren't there, or it's just that the town looks normal but kind of empty?
The town looks normal but kind of empty. Like there's just not a lot of people here for some reason.
Okay.
And
the
Bees
people-
can't
the pe-
see like the holes in the ground or in
Yeah,
the
can't
buildings
see-
or anything,
Can't
right?
see any of the holes. Can't see. Some of the buildings look old and dilapidated, like no one's lived there for a long time. But Bees can't see any of the damage caused by the Hydra.
What
Uh,
what does the town smell like?
It smells of grass and old wood.
Okay.
There is a faint scent of, it's hard to say uneasiness as a scent, but that sort of olfactory reaction of, there are a lot of people here who are anxious but don't know why, and so there's just a lot of the scent of sweat that's just happening for some reason. There's the like unsteady dirt being dug up by people walking unevenly, the kind of scents that are dug up by someone who is behaving nervously but doesn't know why.
Okay.
What would we need to find an access to below the town hall?
As you look at the town hall, as you sort of pull up into the town, it's fucking caved in for the most part. Like
Mhm.
the central mass of it is a hole in the ground. Like like. You ever seen a souffle sink on itself?
Yeah.
Sort of like that. Like the exterior of the town hall is largely intact, but there's just fallen timbers and support structures that sort of dig into a hole in the center that sort of leads down into presumably a tunnel system. So if you could walk your way down there, then assumedly you would be able to make your way into the tunnels where this thing has its lair.
Okay.
However, that's also going to require you to get out of the vehicle.
Kendall, you want to park us in front of the town hall where you did initially?
Yep. Once again, like last time, it is the skid, slide, spin right into the parking spot.
We could go fly and look around, but it sounds like we wouldn't be able to see whatever is the matter.
I think you should stick with us, Bees.
Okay.
Well, I didn't hear that actually. So yeah, I did. Yeah, no, Bees just says that to open air. Till can't hear him, so there's no.
Strida will parrot that.
Bees, why don't you stick with us? Coltarn and I will be in the front. Strida Jasira, if you can take right and left flank. Mistle Bees, Kendall center.
Okay.
All right, in we go.
So, as you get out of the vehicle, all of you can see the four massive heads of this beast. This, like, large, almost like gelatinous, milky white flesh that rises up out of the ground and ends in a grim facsimile of a human head, completely bald with a too large mouth and wide teeth. As you look around, all four of them are singing until one of them stops and its gaze fixes solely on your group.
Does the town hall offer any roof cover at all?
I mean, it might, but you also realize that that's probably where this thing's center mass is. So,
Which is where we need to get to anyway, right? From a tactical
yeah, but that
perspective.
also means that you're not really going to have a whole lot of cover when it can probably just burrow up from beneath.
Okay. Um. What is the tactical deployment from our current position on this thing, or does Till think it would be smarter to get inside and get closer?
That's sort of up to you. But what you can gather is that it's taken notice of you
Mm-hmm.
and is probably not too far away from beginning to attack you.
Right.
At which point you will be facing off its assault from probably wherever you are. There probably isn't really much in the way of cover from it with its ability to burrow and traverse through the town, and the fact that it really doesn't seem to give a fuck about buildings.
Okay.
Um,
But we
you
don't
s-
have visual on its main body mass currently, just some of
No.
the heads, right?
just
Yeah.
some of just the forehead. The main body mass is likely underneath the town hall, potentially through a variety of tunnels that it might have dug.
Right.
What did I miss?
And so
We're in town looking for a tunnel entrance. And
so
it has
the-
noticed us.
the trade-off is, do you spend time looking for its body or do you fight off its heads while it's trying to attack you, essentially?
Didn't we have the idea that it was underneath the town hall?
Yes, it is somewhere under there, but it's probably dug several tunnels for a while.
I can make it really hard for it to come up through the ground. We could make it really hard for it to come up through the ground.
Did we find?
All right.
Sorry, did we find a solution for bees?
No.
No.
Okay.
They're just trying to talk based on what they know of everyone else.
All right. Let's move quickly. And Till is just going to more or less move inside as fast as he can and look for any hole that gets us into tunnels.
All right.
And we don't see any holes, bees.
No, you don't. Like,
Okay.
as far as you can tell, the town hall looks completely like intact and undamaged.
Okay.
How much area is the remaining town hall now that I'm seeing it as it actually is?
It's sort of an outer ring of a building where the internal structure has been completely demolished. Like there is probably like 15, 20 feet on the outside of constructed building, and then when you get inside of that, there's just a pile of broken timbers and sinkhole.
So the interior would a 15-foot radius sphere cover most of the inside currently?
Not really.
No. Okay.
Not even close.
Okay. That's what I was trying to check. So yeah, I will also be helping Till look for a thing as we try to move quickly.
All right.
Second.
And also, I may need to step away again in a bit, but I mean,
So you all begin to make your way into the town hall as the heads begin to, like, several of them submerge. Like, one always remains up about singing, while the other three sink down and submerge. And
Sub vocal Till will just be like, "That's not great."
expect them to come on the attack.
From below, probably.
Yes.
So you begin to make your way inside.
Can Till hold an action to fire if something pops out?
Sure.
Okay.
And let me get all 5 of you on this map real quick.
Do we make
So-
rolls for looking for things?
It's not hard to find what you're looking for. There's a section of the building that's just collapsed. You step inside, and you can still see the town secretary, Vara, the town secretary, is still like sitting at her desk as you all walk in, and it's sort of incongruous to all of you who can see the devastation that is around you as she seems to look up from paperwork and just, welcome back. Can I help you with anything? Can I help you with anything?
None of us can hear.
We
her. One
can't
of you
hear
can.
her.
We can't hear,
Uh,
except for bees.
Yeah, so bees will say, okay, I want to be fair. Did anyone tell bees not to talk to people in the town?
No, we
Nope.
completely neglected to say that.
Bees goes, we're here to kill the monster that's destroying your town, but we can't see it. The others can, but we can't. You should put earplugs in.
She sort of cocks her head, not understanding what you're saying first, like not really getting what you're getting at for a second. And Strida, the only other person who can hear, sort of looks over. Bees, why don't you follow everyone else? And she'll sort of look over at Vara and say, we're going to. There's a problem that we need to look into. We're probably going to have to peruse the interior of the town hall and look more in the library section. And she's sort of her mind being perfectly willing to gloss over whatever Bees mentioned about a monster because of the effects of the song, sort of looks over. Yes, of course. Please, feel free. You can walk right on in. Town
Can I-
hall is open to anyone.
Question. There is no language for reading lips. What role would you have that be?
Typically speaking, that is a thing that you need to have the alert feat for. If you would like to attempt to see what you can piece
I did
together
not
from what
realize
she's
that was
saying.
part of the alert.
Yeah,
Fair
probably
enough.
alert feet or
Observant or alert? One of the two.
Observant feat, rather,
Yeah.
yes.
I definitely do not have that feat. Never mind. Shocking. I know.
Really?
Yeah, you can the observant feat allows you to just read lips as wrote. If you would like to attempt to try and piece together what she's saying by what you can see, and just try and get your best guess, roll me insight.
Oh, good.
Can we try to get two bees up by her ear and then buzz them to cut out noise, or basically like crawl into her ears? I want to be clear, that would be a secondary plan.
I mean, theoretically, but I mean, you're not really certain why you would at this point.
Well, I mean, we heard everybody else talking about earplugs,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, okay. So, do we actually not have, because of the effect of the song, did we forget about the monster when we came back into town?
Yeah, you forgot all the details about it. You know that your friends are like stopping their hearing for some reason, but the instant you are within range of the song, you become unaware of the false Hydra entirely.
Okay,
It's
so
gone from your awareness.
then bees wouldn't have had that knowledge to say that. That's my bad.
Right.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's gonna
All
take a there's some there's some partitioning mentally that has to happen at this stage in the false Hydra story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do we still know that we're supposed to shoot at things we can't see, or
Yes, like
Okay.
like anything that doesn't directly pertain to the monster, you sort of still have that general knowledge of,
Okay.
but you are completely unaware that there is a monster, basically.
all right?
Or the town is damaged.
Right.
Yeah.
Probably
Okay.
as far as Bees is concerned, we're here to do something, and they
And
might
shoot
have
at
to do
something
some
you can't
shooting.
see.
And
Yeah.
maybe shoot at something I can't see. Yeah, we
Yeah.
can't see. Yeah.
Sorry, my skin is still trying to crawl away at the notion of bee earplugs.
Right. Yeah.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah. No. Mhm.
If you think about it, it's
I don't want to think about it.
really, I was just gonna say it's really Shawnee's fault. They let him play his characters. So.
I mean, fair.
All right. And
Yeah,
Till
with
is
a-
moving.
with a 4 insight, you have
Yeah,
no
I have
idea
no
what
idea.
she's
That's
saying.
fine.
You can only hear Street as half of the conversation, really. And she just sort of waves the group to go through the door, and you all do.
Bye.
And I'm going to you want to Jasira and Street on the flanks, right?
Yes.
So I will go ahead and put you guys
Coltarn is up with me.
go ahead and put you guys on this map.
I'm in punch position.
Hell yeah.
So I'm assuming actually we would probably want to rearrange something like that.
Pretty much.
So as the group of you enter the main body of the town hall, you find this massive fucking sinkhole in the middle of what would normally appear to be like a gathering area. It looks like there might have been some drinks that could be served here for people gathering to meet with the town. There are tables set out for people to have conversations. And as you enter and look down into this sinkhole, you feel a rumbling beneath the ground as those three heads that had buried themselves, that had submerged back under the earth, emerge from the ground.
Held action. God, this thing is that's an unpleasant picture.
It's smiling.
It's a couple unpleasant
Is it?
pictures.
I didn't say I was holding my action, but I do have a gun and the ability to shoot with.
So, with that, as the three heads rise, two of them begin to sing. As the one closest to you does not, but you can then hear the rumble of the one outside submerging as it no longer needs to sustain the song. Till, your held action goes off.
Okay. Which one is not singing currently?
This one.
Okay. We are going to take a shot at this one then.
Right, roll me and attack.
26 to hit.
That will hit, yes.
All right. For 11 magical piercing damage, ballistic damage, and stunning strike. Con save of 15.
It doesn't make the save, which is how you then learn that the false hydra is immune to being.
Okay, fair enough.
I got some way. I'm gonna basic punch, shoot tactics, whatever it needs to be done. Also
And
okay, cool.
excellent. And second attack goes off. 23 to hit.
That will also hit.
Okay.
Hard to hit.
Right, for 7. Ballistic magical. And I think, yeah, because he can only hold an action, so just those 2 attacks.
And with that having been determined, we will now roll initiative.
Yeah.
As bees, you just watch Till like freak out at something and fire 2 shots in a direction and something
Yep.
you can't see.
$23 for Till.
Coltarn.
18.
Oh, bees.
It's a 9. I mean, fair. Beats characters, so that seems totally fair.
Jasira also going very slow with the natural 1 on her initiative. And yes, I also need to roll for Coltarn. Oh, I also need to roll for the monster, Dur.
It doesn't need turns.
Nah, it's fine just as it is. It can just hang out.
It has no dex mod, so it's going last.
Do they count as separate?
Oh no, I just rolled a d2. Oops.
For the purpose of effects and so on.
Oh well then. They are one creature with several heads.
Okay.
So anything that affects one will affect the others.
Okay.
So Till, you get the first turn again.
Okay. Till is going to subvoke this fetch out. Please find some cover. And he is going to fly up. How high is the ceiling in here?
It's open sky.
Oh, okay, because the roof has been busted out.
Yeah, because the roof's been caved in.
Cool. He's going to fly up 30 feet. And hey, that's what I can use my red thing for, my red circle for. Altitude. He's gonna fly up 30 feet and just unload 2 more shots at the one that he had attacked first. A 17 and a 25 to hit.
Both hit.
All right, for 11 and 8, 19 points of damage there. He's already spent 1 key point on the previous. And he will Flurry of Shells for 2 more attacks with his bonus action. Actually, no. Oh no, wait, that would be a key point as well. He's going to he's gonna Flurry of Shells. 15 and 18.
Those will hit. I'm assuming it's on target.
Yeah, these are all at a single head. Yep, the one across the room that is singing for 9 and 7. So another total of 16.
Nice. All right.
And that's everything for him.
Which brings it to the Hydra's turn.
Oh boy.
So as you open fire and that head sort of reels a little bit but does not halt its song, a 4th head, the last remaining one, bursts from the ground over here.
Yeesh.
Then as there we go. Nightmare Battle seems like the appropriate soundscape for fighting this thing.
Where's the horse come from?
I can't hear a damn thing because I'm trying to adjust everything. Because I have to try and pull up Sirenscape because it's not playing on the master panel, so I can't actually hear what it sounds like to adjust. I'm assuming this is talking about a nightmare as in the horse monster. But...
Yep, it is. It definitely is. There's definitely like residual hoof stomping and shit like that. It's amazing.
I like the music though. I just need to get everything else to go away.
Right.
There we go. There we go. Now it's just the sounds that I want. There we go. There's the battle music.
Hell yeah.
So as you see these things up close, you realize that these enormous heads have tiny arms that
Like
reach
that.
out with that end in long, like taloned claws.
Oh, don't like that.
Don't like that.
They're like T-Rex snakes.
Kind of.
Ugh.
Junji Ito looking motherfucker.
So as the one head that has emerged over here, what's the reach on these fuckers? 15 feet. Wonderful. Yeah, that tracks. As one of the heads, the head that has just emerged, leans over the party and reaches down to try and bite Till as the person who has done shooting recently.
Excellent. I'm 30 feet in the air and away from everybody else.
Yep. So that's going to be that's a 6 to hit you, which I'm assuming misses.
Absolutely does not. Corkscrew out of the way in midair.
And then one of its claws reaches down to try and scratch at Strida. With a 15 does not hit her either, as this massive head reaches over to try and snap at you, Till you sort of corkscrew to the side, and one of its like tiny arms reaches down to try and claw at Strida, who just raises her shield and pushes it off to the side.
Oh yeah.
Which then brings it to Strida's turn. So I have given control of Strida and Jasira to all of you if one of you wants to control her. Otherwise, if no one does, I can just control her.
Oh hey. We've got character sheets.
So if someone would like to control the NPCs, they can. Otherwise, I can do it.
I can roll with that since Till's technically in charge if you want.
Sure, if you want.
Okay. She is going to this one's closest within melee to her, right?
Yes.
Okay. She's going to do 2 war souls against it. Just run up and go ham.
All right. Make 2 attacks.
Ah yeah. Atta girl. She crits on her second one.
Yep.
Does the 17 hit?
Yes.
All right. So that does 10 slashing and 3 radiant to start out with for 13 damage. And then 19 and 5.
Nice. And then I'm plus 18. Ow.
Had a
I have to
girl.
use one of these to track the total damage that's been done. And yeah, War Soul is the name of her sword. As she sort of steps up and with this blazing long sword that just glows with divine light, just strikes twice and digs chunks out of the flesh of this massive creature's neck. It does cause it to emit a wail.
Oh dear, that doesn't sound super great.
Fortunately, however, only Strida is within 5 feet of it right now, so only she takes the psychic damage. So she takes 5 psychic damage.
All right. Well, she's a demigod. She's immune to psychic damage. Yeah, no.
She's resistant to acid, cold, lightning, and poison, but she's not immune
Okay.
to anything.
I
Okay.
didn't fucking care for that laugh. I'll go on record and say that.
But it makes it Kendall's turn.
Alrighty. Don't say yes yet. Yeah, Keno's got bad ideas. I know this is shocking, truly shocking. I'm correct in understanding. No. Beast, do you need to get in melee range?
Bees does have
been-
ranged attacks.
It's
You have
been a
experience.
while.
You do have experience that Bees has ranged attacks.
Okay. Okay.
I'm so sorry. I didn't hear what you were asking. Yeah. Bees is actually primarily ranged.
Okay. Who is immediately around me that needs to get in melee range?
I think just Coltarn and Mistle can fly.
All right. Well, I will reach out and I will put a hand on Coltarn's shoulder, and I will use Misty, my warlocky Misty Step.
Oh yes, your face step or whatever it's called.
Face Step, yes. And I am in spring currently. So that teleports them instead of me to an unoccupied space of my choice that I can see within 30 feet, as long as he's willing, and I would assume Coltarn is willing.
Yeah, probably. So what space
And
do you choose?
I will put them we're just where you had it. Just
right
where
here?
you had it. Right there.
Right here?
Yep.
Coltarn teleports over here.
Yep.
Which, anything else?
Well, that was just my bonus action.
Oh yeah, just a bonus action to do that, yeah.
I will. Yeah, I am real sorry, Till. He then runs over here.
Kendo.
She
Miss
took
Fairchild.
cover. She took
Miss
cover.
Fairchild.
She took cover behind Coltarn.
She can't hear
She
you.
followed your instructions exactly to the letter.
Oh, she
It's
can hear
not-
you over the comm.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
she
is
can.
not her fault. You did not be specific enough in your instructions. And then, since I am out of melee range currently, I don't have disadvantage, so I am going to Eldritch Blast this one directly in front of Coltarn and I twice.
Yep. It does technically threaten you, but you are not within 5 feet of it, so you do not suffer the disadvantage.
Hell yeah, atta girl.
All right.
Crit and a 21.
Those both hit.
So that is 17 and 11 damage.
Nice. Before we get too much further along, Shani, Jasira got a nat 1 on her initiative. She does get advantage on initiative rolls, though, with quick draw.
Oh, that's correct. Hang on. Let me re-roll her initiative real quick.
Okay.
That puts her at a 16. All right.
Okay.
So that's actually perfect timing because she'll be going right after Kendall.
Next. Okay.
All right.
And that is Kendall's turn.
Which then
You're
brings up our
welcome.
Which then brings up our demon gunslinger, Jasira. It's her turn.
All right. What do risk dice do?
She has a pool of risk dice, which are 4d8s, and she can use them for. God, she is a gunslinger. As I forget the rules on the gunslinger, let me pull it up real quick. It's also in the journal as well, the PDF for the gunslinger.
Oh, okay.
Let me pull up complete gunslinger. Class features. Poker face. Risk. There we are. So on each of her turns, she can expend a risk die to perform one of her deeds, which she has. Have I listed her deeds?
Despite the bullet covering fire, dodge roll, limb shot, skinny teeth, steady aim. Okay.
I think she just has all of the deeds, if I recall correctly. Yes, she just has all the deeds. So yeah, she can
Okay.
do she can expend risk dice to perform those deeds.
Okay, gotcha.
I should add those to her character sheet at some point so people don't have to look at that all the time. I think I just didn't do it because it's a lot of entries to add.
Yeah, no worries. Okay. All right. Good to know. Good to know. We'll hold those for now. She is going to just attack twice with her swarm pistol or no, actually with her heavy revolver. Which is a 26 and a 19. And then offhand with her swarm pistol for a 9, which I assume misses.
The 9 does in fact miss.
Okay, but she deals 20 total ballistic damage, and she's going to be focusing on she's going to be attacking the one that's attacking Strida right now. This one here.
Yes. So 20 more damage. Putting an extra 20 on the total. She's gonna stay there, or is she gonna fly somewhere?
Would she provoke an attack of opportunity from this one? If she flew?
Yes, if she does fly away, she would provoke an attack opportunity.
She's just going to go straight up then, staying within its threatened square, but pulling some more attention into the air and away from anybody who's on the ground.
Yeah. So she will fly upwards, just as Till has done. So Till, you're up in 30 feet in the air.
Yep.
Nasir has probably shot up about 40 to stay within their reach.
Okay.
So there are 2 flying people, one who looks like a bird and one who looks like a bat.
There we go. Birds and the bats and the bees.
Which then brings us to Coltarn, who, since Sen is no longer here at the moment, I will go ahead and maneuver for Coltarn. Yes. You have multi-attack as the Master Maker. No? Okay. They will use... Yep, they'll use Thunderous Smite. And make an attack with their Battle Fist. Or actually with their Taser Fist. That's a hit. 11 lightning damage plus 8 thunder damage. So 19 more damage on that. Thunderous Smite. Strength save will be pushed. It can't be pushed. It's burrowed. That doesn't matter then. So plus an extra 18 damage. That's his action and bonus action. So that'll bring it to Mistle. You're up.
Right. All right, yeah, Mistle's gonna go for this one. That's closest to her. How high up are they?
They are a long head. It's not how high they are, it's how tall they are. They dig into the ground all the way up to like 30 feet up.
Okay. And she's gonna use her short sword to try to remove this head.
All right, roll me an attack.
18.
That'll hit.
Now, I cannot remember Do I get 2 attacks?
At this
back.
level,
It's been a while since
I
I fought
don't
with her.
think. Let me double
Okay.
check.
You can offhand attack.
Yes, you can. You can use your bonus action to attack with the short sword.
That's why. Okay. That's what I have.
What have I missed?
Or with a dagger in your other hand. Actually,
We're
I
fighting.
think. No,
I
Yeah.
teleported you right next to a head,
I-
so you can
yeah.
smash.
You
head.
won't be getting sneak attack because there's no one else. in
No,
melee with
I
that target.
didn't hit. Oh, shoot. I did. I'm so sorry. I accidentally hit that. I didn't think I had hit that. Sorry. That was 8 piercing damage. That I rolled.
So that one
And
takes 8 damage.
she will attack with the offhand.
Yes.
Is this the head y'all want me to be punching, and not the other one?
That's the one I teleported you to.
Go ahead and roll your damage. That's 8 more piercing damage. So 8 more damage plus, yes, another 16 damage on top of that. All right. Anything else in your turn?
That's
You use your action and
She
your bonus
will-
action for attacks.
she's just going to yell at bees. Fly over to where I am.
Okay.
And that's bees. You're up.
Okay. I will use my bonus action to fly. To
This is
activate
good
my
music actually for this fight. Yeah.
keeping thing. So I'll fly 10 feet up and then move 20 to be over here. And then I'm going to use my action to cast Fairy Fire in the area in front of Mistle.
All right. Are you trying to exclude Mistle from that area, or are you just sort of aiming in general?
Yeah. Because I just saw Mistle stab at something, so I'm going to put Fairy Fire. Essentially, enough of the swarm with their abdomens alight fly out from the suit, which is now being lifted up by the strength of the swarm, that are clustered around it and beating their wings and lifting it up off the ground. So I'm going to make a 20-foot cube whose end would halt right in front of Mistle.
All right. It needs to make a what kind of save is
Dex.
dex save? And it's real bad at that. That's a 2. So it is lit by the fairy fire. The weird thing is, because you're still hearing the song, make me a wisdom save.
Okay. Uh, 20 natural, not dirty 20.
Okay. So even if your brain is not quite able to parse what is happening, you are able to retain enough awareness of the situation to understand that your swarm is highlighting a thing.
Okay.
So even if you're not sure what you're attacking, you are still going to get the benefit of fairy fire, which means it will turn your disadvantage to attack something you have no idea why you're attacking it into a normal roll. If you choose to do so.
There, okay. So everybody has advantage against it, and since I have disadvantage, that just becomes a flat roll, right?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
If you hadn't rolled high enough, you wouldn't have even been aware enough to really take in what your bees were doing for yourself, and you wouldn't have even gotten the benefit of fairy fire.
What does it feel like to the bees that are on it as part of the fairy fire spell?
They're not even aware that they're just like, I'm in this position and I'm highlighting. They're not aware that they're touching anything.
Okay. Bees out loud will just go, Mistle, this is really weird.
I still cannot hear that.
Yeah, fair.
Mistle's just over there.
Mistle, tell me if everything's gonna be okay. Tell us if everything's gonna be okay.
Sprita, meanwhile, everything will be fine, bees. Just keep going.
You're not Mistle.
No, I'm not, but she can't hear you right now. Anything else in your turn, bees?
No, I believe that's everything.
All right, Till.
Okay. Well, fuck. Am I threatened? Am I currently in the threatened square of any of them?
The one to the south.
Okay. Step of the wind, key point to disengage. As my bonus action. So I'm not provoking any attacks of opportunity. And I'm fucking getting over here to at least cover Kendall's flank. Miss Fairchild, when I said cover, I meant behind a wall or something, not just pretending that Coltarn's big enough that he can block for you.
Yeah, it's harder for me to shoot things when I do that. So no.
Oh God. All right. And yeah, Till will have dropped his altitude down to ground level so that he can cover Kendall.
Till has
And
reached the critical danger point of Kendall's just gonna start doing what she wants to do now.
we'll see.
Ow.
All right. And he's going to start Coltarn's got the attention probably of the one in front of him, so he's going to assume that the one behind Kendall is probably the biggest threat to her, and just unleash as many bullets as he can that direction.
All right. Which one are you aiming at?
So the one just below Stria.
Okay.
Just to make sure that its attention does not shift to Kendall. So that is another key point spent for Flurry of Shells and 4 attacks coming in. 15, 20, 14, and 30.
The 14 misses.
Okay.
You found its AC. It's 15.
So that is a total of 27 key empowered ballistic damage to this thing. And yeah, just ripping into it.
When you hit it, it will use its second reaction to wail again. So Strita will take another 2d4 psychic. Actually, no. The head next to Mistle and Bees will wail. Because it's all
boy.
one body, even if they're different heads.
Right.
So Mistle and Bees both take 6 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
You can't hear it, but the scream punches into your brain.
I mean, I can, bees can hear it. Do we take more?
No, you just take the same amount. You don't know why, but you just felt a stabbing sensation in your brain.
How many points?
6 psychic damage.
There is that like weird sort of the hive voice that comes out of the part of the armor that goes, "Threat!" Nobody can hear it.
Nobody but
I don't-
Strita
I
can
don't
hear it. And that brings it. Is that your turn?
Move bonus.
Actually,
Yes.
you only would have gotten 2 shots in there because you used your bonus action to disengage.
Oh, that's right. That is bonus action. Yep. So I only
9
did
less damage.
Yeah. I only did 18 points of damage. But
I don't suppose you'd move to
didn't
flank
spend that
this
key
other
point.
one, could you?
I don't think he has enough movement to get to flanking with you.
And I am Miss Fairchild's bodyguard, so that would leave her back exposed to the one that I was shooting. So no.
All right. It is back to the beast's turn, and this time 2 of the heads are going to make the attack. The 2 that are not singing, which are the 2 that are on the left side. So they're both going to try and bite and claw. So the first one is going to try and bite Bees.
That is traditionally the proper response to encountering an aggressive swarm of Stinging insects is to bite
Now-
them.
Now,
Well,
I
8
can't-
misses you, I'm assuming.
Well, yeah, I mean, with that roll, yes, but since I can't see it, does it have advantage?
Actually,
I mean,
yes,
I
it would have
the-
advantage on you at this
I have
point,
the
so-
well, it's less that I can't see it because I can see it now thanks to the fairy
Yeah.
fire.
But you're not aware that it's
But
attacking
if
you
I'm
at
not
all.
aware that it's there,
Yeah.
that would also be advantage.
So that is going to be a hit with a 24, which will deal. Wow, it's a bad roll. 9 points of piercing damage to bees. As something. You feel blunt objects pressing into your armor, but you're not certain what's happening as you take damage.
Take the hive.
And then its claw is going to try and attack Mistle.
Who is aware that it's there.
Yes.
Mhm.
That's a 21 to hit
Oof.
That hits.
for 6 damage again. And then the other one is going to try and bite Till. That's 20 to hit.
Fuck. I don't think I've got anything I can. Yep, that hits.
For 10 damage.
Okay.
And then is going to try and bite and is going to try and claw Streeta for an 11, which will miss.
Yes.
As these two attacking heads are trying and flailing to try and catch any prey they can. Streeta, the probably the most physically aware of this thing right now, being completely able to hear and see it, with her eyes glowing, just brings a shield up as a claw comes swiping down and just deflects it off to the side. Brings it to her turn.
Excellent. Honestly, her striking with War Soul is probably her best bet at this point. So yeah, she's just gonna, I mean, she doesn't have to move, but she just lunges forward twice. And
Advantage.
not
Yeah,
on
actually the entire thing is affected by the spell, so
Oh, okay. So
It's all one
27
body.
for the first hit and 25 for the second. So those crit fishes don't really get anything, but she
Don't
does
get that.
15 slashing, 5 radiant, and 9 slashing and 1 radiant.
Oh,
So a
is
total
30 more
of
damage.
30 more
Fairy fire-
damage to this
is
thing.
Fairy fire concentration?
Oh yeah, I need to
Yeah, make a quick concentration check.
Yep.
So the head that Streeta is striking screams. It's going to it doesn't wail. In fact, the head that is next to Mistle and Bees will use the reaction to wail. But the head that Streeta is striking goes limp and collapses into the building to the side.
Hell yes. Is talking a free action?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Till's just, well done, Demigoddess.
And so the whale reaction is going to hit Bees and Mistle for 3 more psychic damage each.
All right. Her speed is 30, and she's not currently threatened by anything, so she is going to. Let's see.
That is a hole in the ground.
That's
Bear
a
in mind.
hole. She does not have a fly speed, does she?
No, she does not.
Okay.
She does have a pretty solid athletics and can get a good running jump, but I don't think she can clear that entire hole.
Yeah, we're not gonna risk that currently. She's just gonna come over here then, probably. And give Kultarn at least an easier angle if he wants to maneuver into a flanking position.
I mean, it's currently fairy fire, so I don't need to flank.
That's true.
Kendall, as long as Bees can concentrate on it.
Yep. Um, I am going to. Oh, hold on just a second. Second. Sorry, I navigated away from my character sheet. So I had to get back to it.
Amazing. Of course you did.
Yeah, I am going to so Kendall will again take a couple of years off Till's life.
God damn it.
There's a smart tactical potential reason for this one. As
You know, if the word potential wasn't in there.
she is going to move around him up to this dead head, possibly dead head. We will see if it's a dead head or not. Going to spend an action to light a torch and slam it into the head.
All right.
I'm going to burn the try to do at least some fire damage to it.
You don't have to roll an attack for this.
Yeah.
What you learn out of this is that the body is surprisingly viscous and slimy and doesn't really take to fire that well.
Okay.
But B, it doesn't seem to react to it presumably is dead like a limb.
Okay, fair enough. So that was my action and a little bit of movement. I done that. Have anything? Does she want to be a snot?
Past experience says.
I mean, you're not wrong. This one is just sung so far, correct?
Yes. It looks like the Hydra wants to keep at least 2 heads singing at all times.
Fair enough.
You have the silence spell?
I do not have the silent spell. What I do have is Misty Step. Look, this head is singing. It is the safest place to be right now. Unless it stops singing, which, you know what? If that happens, that happens.
I love watching Till have a heart attack.
That's my turn.
All right. Jasira.
All right. Jasira is going to, well, I mean, the one that's right in front of her seems to be pretty visible. So we are going to, she's only burned 2 bullets out of her heavy revolver, so that's still got at least 2 shots left. Oof.
The 19 hits.
Okay. 4, 5. And then she's gonna swing around with that offhand swarm pistol.
That's a hit.
And that one definitely hits for 4 radiant. She doesn't hit hard, but she hits often.
Yep. The swarm pistol is a nice offhand because it never runs out of ammo because it's a blaster.
Yeah. And I honestly don't think she has the ability to disengage without utilizing.
It will, in reaction to that attack, wail,
Uh,
dealing 6 more damage to Bees and Mistle.
oh
you
shit!
know what?
She had advantage on all of those.
Oh right,
attacks,
yeah, she
didn't
did.
she?
Roll that revolver again.
Whoops, that was not what I meant to do. Battle about
Yeah, still miss.
14 and 13.
Yeah, still miss on the revolver.
Okay, and yeah, no crits there. Okay.
You know what? It'll use its second reaction immediately as well to do another wail, but this time it's going to hit Coltarn and Strida for 3 psychic damage.
All right. I guess the first damage Street is taken, right?
Second damage. She also got hit with the first wail.
Yeah. Okay.
She's at 90 hit points right now.
Okay.
Anything else from Jasira?
Action, bonus action, and she doesn't really have a good disengage option, so she's not going to move significantly much further. So nope, I think that's everything for her.
All right, Coltarn.
All right. These things are still lit up, right?
Yes, they are fairy fired.
Cool.
These has been very focused.
In that case,
Good for them.
I am going to.
We're helping.
Yes,
Did
you are.
the lightning damage that I did? I saw that I used my taser fist earlier. Did the lightning damage seem to do less?
It seems to do normal damage.
Normal damage. Okay, good. Then we will continue down that avenue. What about the thunder damage?
The thunder damage from Thundering Smite seemed to do normal damage as well.
Cool. I'm gonna use a bonus action for a second level thunder smite. And I'm gonna throw a fist.
Though you did learn that you can't push this thing because it's not like a thing that can be
Actually,
pushed.
sorry,
It's dug into
there's
the
no
ground.
point in upcasting thunder smite, so I'm just gonna do a first level one. It doesn't get more damage.
You got advantage on the attack still, though. Yeah,
I do, yes. So 15, I think.
15
exactly
hits.
hits.
Yep.
So it's gonna be 12 lightning damage plus thunder smite for 5 more. And I get a second attack because I do have extra attack for a second taser fist. As basically the when he activated the taser fist, the knuckles of his battle fist basically it's just sort of extended slightly as sort of like contact diodes appeared out of each knuckle and electricity began dancing across his fist.
nice.
And with that one, as the fist connects, those diodes actually clicked back into the fist, and there was a couple of vents just opened up on either side of the wrist, and just an explosion of sound erupted out. As he pulls back, those vents close back up, and the diodes come back out. For 19 to hit. For 16 lightning damage, and just
Nice.
just 2 really quick hooks into it.
All right. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
All right. Mistle?
All right. All right. She's just gonna stab this one that she's next to again.
All right. You do have advantage and a friend in melee, so you will get sneak attack if you hit.
Oh, yay. Okay. Do I roll sneak attack or only sneak attack if I do damage?
It only if you hit, yes.
Gotcha.
You have
12.
advantage.
Oh.
It's still
14.
a miss, though. You can use your bonus action to swing with your offhand.
Mm-hmm. Which she will do 22.
Yes. All right.
Yeah,
That'll
sneak attack with the
hit.
offhand.
Roll. Yeah. So
6.
and then you still get sneak attack. So roll your sneak attack.
Oh, okay.
Nice. So 26 damage.
Hell yeah.
Bees.
Bury that blade.
All right. We are aware of the one that's right in front of us, right?
I mean, you know that there's a thing that Mistel's attacking.
Okay. All right.
And you did. So well, no, actually, it's still singing, so you don't even see its corpse. So yeah, no.
But it's still up.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
it's rising out of the ground. Not that you can tell.
there is a
but
moving vertical column of us in front.
basically, yeah.
Okay. All right. So with that in mind, I'm going to just try to hit it. Hit it with a rapier.
You're not rolling at advantage, obviously.
Right. Right. Or disadvantage, just a flat roll. Yeah.
Just a flat roll.
Okay. Natural 20, please.
Hell
damage.
yeah.
Um,
Good job, bees.
so can I do, if I do favored foe, does that also apply to the crit damage on this hit? Or that's only subsequent hits?
Let me double check how favored foe works. Optional class features, favored foe. When you hit a creature with an attack roll, you can call your mystical bond to mark the target as your favorite enemy for 1 minute, or until you lose concentration. So you will lose your
Fairy fire.
fairy fire if you do that.
I guess it's because it says as if you were concentrating. So we would count that as a separate concentration spell.
Yeah, basically.
All right. Then I'm definitely not going to do favored foe. Okay, so 17 points of piercing damage from a sting. I'm going to offhand attack with my hand crossbow. That's 18 to hit.
That'll hit.
8 more points of damage.
Nice.
You guys are racking up the damage on this thing.
Still up.
Well done, bees.
And then bonus action attack with the hand crossbow again. Another natural 20.
Yeah. Roll it again.
Awesome.
10 more points of piercing damage.
All right.
And I would like to, on that one, I don't have a sense that I can move this thing, do I?
Yeah, you have barely even have a sense that it's there. Like,
Okay. All right. So I think just sort of in instinctive response, if you'll allow it, they just the bees that are clustered around it just all sting it, and I'm going to use my gathered swarm effect, so it takes an additional d6.
all right, go for it.
So just 2 more points of piercing damage.
Additional 2. All right. And with that, as we return to the top of the round, we are going to go ahead and go on our break.
Okay.
Sorry, was that break?
Yes,
Yep.
we're going to go on a break.
All right. So yeah, if
At
you're
the top of the
watching
round.
live, please stay tuned for these commercial messages. And remember, when we take our break, you take your break. So stand up, stretch your legs, move around, do whatever you need to do, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. we're back. A dinosaur story.
No.
Oh, that was just cruel.
Well done. I respect that.
Hope began to bloom in my heart, and then
Oh.
And then it was dashed.
raised my hopes and then dashed them quite expertly, sir. Bravo.
You're welcome.
What's that reference from?
I'm gonna
Futurama.
shoot a whole lot of things.
Okay, that is Futurama. Okay.
Yeah. Tinny Tim.
Yes. But yeah, it's Till's turn.
Awesome. Okay.
Fuck him up, Socrates.
So the one that I'm next. Am I close enough to this one in front of Coltar that I'm in a threatened space?
Yes.
Okay. 15-foot reach. Gotcha. Okay. Well, fuck. Okay. Hey, ugly! I'm gonna shoot the one in front of Kendall 4 times. 26, 23, 27, 18.
All hits.
Advantage?
Oh, that's right. So that's my first 2 shots. For 10 and 10. And then for my spend my key point. Flurry of shells. 29, 29.
Yeah.
Still no fucking crits. 7 and 7. I'm very consistent this round. So yeah,
All right.
bang,
34
bang,
damage.
bang, bang, bang. And now I need to reload. Hell yeah.
It is now the Hydra's turn, and on its turn, it will begin to use its bonus action to regrow. So that everyone is fully comprehensive of what's going on here. The Hydra can use a bonus action to begin regrowing a head that has died. It takes 3 regrowth bonus actions to fully regrow a head, and it regains 20 hit points every time it uses regrowth. So it begins to regrow as the fallen head on the ground begins to twitch as it lays there.
Don't like that.
And then it's going to take the rest of its turn. 2 heads get to attack, but 2 of them are still singing, which means it won't be able to bite with the second head, but it can still use its claws. So 1 head is going to try and bite Mistle. The one that's next to Mistle. That is a 7, though, which will miss. It will then attempt to claw Mistle, which is a 10 and also misses. And then the head next to Kendall will try and claw Kendall.
Yep.
With a natural 20 for 25.
Sweet.
Motherfucker.
2d8 plus 3 for 10 slashing damage.
Okay. I am going to use my reaction
All right.
to deal 3 psychic damage to it. And I don't know if this can even happen, but push it 10 feet away.
So it can't be pushed, but you do deal psychic damage to it.
Fair enough.
In response, it will wail and deal psychic damage to you back. It'll do 4 psychic damage back to you.
Dope.
It has used one of its 2 reactions.
Take those reactions away.
And then it's Streeta's turn.
She still has advantage from Fairy Fire, right?
Yes.
We're gonna see if this thing has an inside. War Soul lashes out twice.
It's both.
Yep. Alrighty. For 13 and 14 slashing radiant combo.
Plus 27. Takes another.
And because she's
damage. And a second head collapses.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case,
only 1 head is currently singing.
Nope, not quite enough. Phil's going to yell for her to back up Kendall, and she'll use her 30 feet to get right here.
She
But that's as far as she can go.
strikes as she strikes twice, the second time laying the head low. Till, as you're sort of keeping an eye on her, you can tell her form is basic. Like, they're pretty standard sword swings that anyone who has even the slightest bit of training knows how to swing a sword with.
Yeah.
But she puts a hell of a lot of power behind them. And so she slashes twice, bursts of radiant energy striking off of her sword, and then just sort of hops over the banister of the little area that she's standing in and leaps over to stand next to Kendall, which makes it Kendall's turn.
Yep.
Fall back, please, Miss Fairchild.
I'm looking at things.
Oh, yeah, no.
And Kendall doesn't respond.
No, of course she doesn't.
I am going to. Did I already use that?
It also lost its second reaction because it's lost one of its heads.
I mean, I
Well,
will
it's-
move
it's
5
down below
feet
3 heads.
back. Because then I can. I don't have disadvantage or balance out, but still.
Yeah.
For a couple Eldritch Blasts. 25 and a 25.
Yep.
For not great damage, but whatever. 18 total force
That
damage.
is still enough to slay a third head.
Dope.
Solid.
As the last head that is currently singing collapses, and there is currently no head singing until its turn comes back around. Bees, suddenly you can see everything that's going on.
Yay!
And you realize the horrific monster that everyone has been fighting. Also, you hear screams coming from the town.
What there's just there's a flicker of the bees covering everything as the light sort of dims and then comes back up brighter, and I guess nobody can hear it other than
The Streeta.
but there's just a oh.
Attaboy.
And then, because Kendall is the worst, I'm going to use a bonus action to cast Misty Step and go there.
I love this.
You would.
That's my turn.
Well,
It is
okay.
now
Then.
Jasira's turn.
All right. Jasira thinks this thing should have more bullets in it. She's going to slide around this side. Actually, she's going to go to right here, because if you're shooting down at an angle, you want to make sure that the exit wounds are not popping into Kendall's forehead. And she's going to holster both guns and hold out her hands and do 2 fire rays at this thing. $18 and $15.
Other hits.
For 12 fire and 13 fire. Total of 25 damage. Aiming for eyeballs, or whatever these eye socket hole things are.
25 damage. plus 25. 25 damage to itself. As the fourth head collapses, you get a sense, however, that this thing is not over, as the necks sort of start to slide on their own, as if retracting down under the earth, as if something beneath is pulling them. You get the sense that even though it no longer has heads, its body is still functioning.
Actually, let me then.
Are we still in initiative?
Oh, whoops.
Yeah, I'm
That's a
sorry.
12.
Yes, you're still in initiative.
Jasira's gonna head down the pit then.
Yep.
With
And,
whatever's left of her movement. She's got 60 feet of fly.
She can just fly her way down there and actually descend a little bit as she drops down.
And she's got dark vision, which one would assume.
Yep. She digs herself subterrane about 20 feet. She finds a bloated mass of writhing flesh, similarly pale in complexion, with yet more claws just sort of seemingly poking out of the writhing mixture of strange body parts that it seems to connect all of the necks of this creature. As she finds the false Hydra's body inside. It is significantly bigger.
Oofda.
See, what you should have done was make each token a different, like, screenshot of a different face.
Yeah, that would have been too much work.
Is the body glowing?
Yes, it is also outlined a little bit, so there is a bit of a faint glow coming off of it.
Best spell slot ever.
So Jasira calls in over the comms. I've found the thing and it's fucking hideous.
How far down?
About 40 feet drop.
Directly
We
in the
can
middle?
see it now.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't see it from up here, but...
No,
Bees
well,
can see it now. They stop singing.
Okay, yeah.
Bees can see the heads and has no concept that other stuff is going on because they can't hear Jasira.
Amazing. Now, I think that's it for Jasira's turn.
Coltarn.
So with a rough estimate of a target now,
Meteor hammer.
I bonus action Thunder Smite, and I would like to dive fist first into the hole.
Yes. Doom fist.
You have dark
Unleash
vision, right?
your ultimate.
You have dark
Hopefully
vision,
it
right?
turns
I
out
have
for you
dark
better
and
than
thermal
most
vision.
Doom fists on my team.
So yeah, you don't even have to worry about it being too dark, so you get the full advantage out of the fairy.
I would like to make a diving attack.
Attack with
Fucking
advantage.
garbage tank.
Any benefits for dropping fist first onto this thing?
It depends on how well you roll, doesn't it?
Natural 20.
Hey, baby.
Good thing this is the one with the Thunder Smite.
With a natural 20, I will add what you would have taken as falling damage onto the damage of this attack.
Nice. So 16 and 7 and 15
Another
thunder
15.
damage.
38.
So yeah, just Coltarn just and just
And then
Gravity bullets himself down the
Yeah,
hole.
you would take another 2d6, doubled to another 4d6
just
from the fall. 16 on top of
superhero
that.
land, but there's a thing beneath me.
Hell on the knees.
You land in a squishy mass of writhing flesh.
Just bam, and then cock the arm back for a second punch.
It's at least better than a spiky mess of flesh.
Another natural
Hot
20.
damn, son.
Unfortunately, I can't do a second Thunder Smite, but that's another 24 lightning damage.
Ah. Amazing.
There's just like lightning strikes going on down below right now.
There's the flash of
Magnificent.
lightning beneath that sort of lights up the dark below. Mistle.
Yep, Mistle is gonna fly down there, sword out, and she'll call out to Bees. Come on, Bees, let's get the body.
Okay, we can see it now.
She still can't hear you.
Still can't. Fool has forgotten.
All right. Am I able to attack this thing this time?
Oh yes, you have enough.
Okay, cool.
It's still an advantage.
Oh, yes.
God
Still a
damn
miss.
it.
Jeez.
Poor
Can I-
Mistle.
Welcome to my world.
Can I do offhand?
Yes, you do have your offhand.
Which also has advantage.
Roll-
Still
you have
also advantage.
Okay.
There
That's
you
a
go.
Yeah.
You managed
Wow.
to just barely hit it.
And sneak attack.
Wow. For 4 piercing.
Hit your sneak
Rolled
attack.
a 6,
Oh.
a 2, a 2, and then finally a 7. Amazing.
15 more damage.
Poor Holly.
I have no sympathy.
I know how that
I know.
feels. It's okay.
Bees.
That's like in the Tuesday game where I'll cast a spell that I upcast 3 levels by sacrificing 15 hit points and then miss.
Right,
Yep.
and then you roll a 4.
We are still flying. We'll come. How far down is it? We'll come over to the edge here.
It is about 40 feet down.
40 feet down. Okay. What kind of sense do we have about the heads regenerating? Is that anything that Bees would have a sense of?
You get the sense that it's trying to grow its heads back, but you get the sense that it's going to take a while.
And presumably killing its body would stop the heads.
Presumably, yes.
Okay. Bees is going to fly up, I think, sort of over the hole, but go up another 10 feet, because that's all the fly speed I've got. Oh,
you also get the sense that this thing is not like mindless and it has a fight or flight instinct, and you get the sense that if you don't kill it quick, it's going to try and run away.
Oh, okay. Well, that being
I'm holding on.
that being the case, let me take a look at something. Do I have a sense that everybody else is on top of it, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So if I used spike growth beneath it, would that hit the people on top of it?
No, technically not. Unless they were, riding on it when it tried to ride through the spike growth, if it tried to like burrow down.
Okay.
Is
Well,
Spike
but I'd
Growth a
have to drop.
concentration spell?
Yes.
Yeah, but it is concentration, but we all can see it now.
I mean, yeah, but that advantage is very useful.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to think of what Bees would do.
Yeah.
I think Bees is at this point just actually, hold on a second. Fuck, everything I have is concentration. Shit, this is like being a paladin. I'm gonna throw a good berry at it, son of a bitch.
Don't heal it. No.
Literally, good berry and speak with animals are my only non-concentration spells.
Well, the good news is there aren't. No, that's true. There are some hits down there.
I was gonna say there's still some mouths that it could probably eat the good berry with. Yeah.
I do like the idea though of throwing the good berry. It just bounces ineffectively off the body.
Fantastic. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm just gonna shoot the thing. So, I guess I'll no, if I longbow attack, I can't. It has to be a one-handed weapon. So I'll hand crossbow it 3 times.
With
Right.
advantage.
Oh shit! Yeah, with advantage. So hold on, I forgot to roll with advantage. So that's a 19 to hit.
Yep, its AC is 15. It's not hard to hit.
Okay, all right. 6 points from that. Second one with advantage. 22. 9 more points of piercing. And
Come on, bees.
oh, so close. 27 to hit. And on this one, I'm going to do the extra damage from my swarm.
Okay. What's the extra swarm damage?
3.
I just had to roll for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so an extra 3.
All right. Anything else?
That's my action, my bonus, and my move. So I'm done.
All right. Till.
All right. Kendall
Birdman.
is out of the way, so we are going to fly right about here. And yeah, just double tap down as much as we possibly can. I've got one more key point to spend. Shot number 1 for 7. Shot number 2. God damn it, real close. For 6. Shot number 3 for 7. And the fourth shot for 9. Total of 29 points of damage to this thing.
On exactly your last shot, Till, how do you want to do this?
Just absolutely taking out teeth and eye holes as much as possible. And then just see if the thing, and then there just a pause and see if the thing explodes or just collapses.
Yeah. So you continue to fire and just pour bullets into this thing as it sort of flails and writhes under the onslaught. And it sort of heaves outward as if trying to take an intake of breath and almost shudderingly begins to deflate, as if as the last of its life essence leaves, it starts to evaporate almost as its body kind of collapses like a sunken souffle. Second time I use that metaphor. And it almost starts to liquefy as its body seems to almost lose coherency as it dissolves into this puddle of silverish liquid.
Can we try to taste it?
You get the sense it's probably toxic.
Like that's gonna stop bees.
Also,
lots
Till,
of
as this thing begins to collapse, Till will yell out, probably louder than is strictly necessary. Bees, you can probably see it now.
So, since we are still, since there are literally instants between initiative rounds,
Yes.
Kendall's going to do what she was going to plan to do, which is, not many people may know this, but Kendall was on the diving team in school.
Yes.
So Kendall runs up to the edge, leaps off, and does like a perfect dive down
onto the rocks.
Question. Till has not used yet his move or bonus action for this. Can I make, say, an acrobatics check? I do not want to interfere with Kendall's dive because the form was magnificent. Can I catch her at least a few inches before she collides with ground surface, now probably 60 feet below, and breaks every bone in her body?
Yeah, both of you roll me opposed acrobatics.
Just a couple of bones.
Yeah,
Father's gonna
She'll be
kill me.
fine.
because like Coltarn is standing up with his back to all of that, so no idea that he might need to catch somebody.
Is this outside of initiative?
Slightly, yes. Just barely outside.
21.
So yeah.
He goes down, he's like, oh.
Yeah, with a
quickly dissolve.
with a perfect swan dive, Kendall.
No, it's like
a
fucking triple flip.
Right,
Yeah.
Goddamn.
With a strong display of diving acrobatics, Kendall has like a half second to process that this might have been a bad idea and she might be about to face plant into rocks.
It would have been a perfect idea if it hadn't died. So I blame Till.
But Till is also able to, with like a swooping dive, sweep down and catch you right as you're about to hit the ground. Although it does cause Till to skid across the stone and probably scrape some feathers.
And,
Excellent.
yeah.
As Till like does the dramatic sweeping dive catch and
Right.
like turns and catches her on his shoulder
yeah.
and just like scrapes across the rocks with his wings.
Mm.
Watching it dissolve just over the comms. I think it's dead now. Turn and look behind me. What are you two doing?
You see, so Till's like wings are kind of in, like Archangel Parade rest, so you can't see anything except probably him from shins down in the back. He's just got Kendall by the shoulders.
I didn't know it was dead.
Fucking
I
died of
believe
plague.
you.
I didn't know it was dissolving once it died either.
There's no way you could have known that, Miss
Absolutely
Fairchild.
no way you could have known. No.
I'm just glad I was there in time. And he'll sort of set you down and exhale, and then he'll just turn away and walk away, leaving you with some space and his very obviously heavily bloodied wings behind him.
You do take 22 points of falling damage because you've been
Hell
doing the
yeah!
crawl for her.
Yep, no, that
No.
absolutely makes sense via physics,
Well,
100%.
This is an abject lesson in looking before you leap.
Yes, that's a particularly apt aphorism for the moment. Coltarn, thank you.
I mean, okay, but I just want to be fair here. If I paused and took the time to look and we were in combat, somebody could have been dead. I just thought it was still alive and needed to be killed.
I absolutely understand your frame of reference and thought process on that, Miss Fairchild. I'm not necessarily arguing. Hindsight, as they say, is much better than foresight for most situations.
Yep.
However, with that, the beast continues to dissolve until all that is left is a thin, silvery film of liquid.
Ew.
What happens to the bees? To the bees that drink the liquid?
The small handful of bees that touch down to drink the liquid, twitch, spasm for a second before their entire bodies turn similarly silver and they dissolve into liquid.
They all turn into fake hydras, each individually.
I'm gonna deal myself 5 more points of damage.
Yep, that tracks.
Fair. Okay.
I will pull off the
As we
deafening
activate
headset.
Shotty's trap card.
Pull up the deafening headset, pull out my communicator, and dial the Core Adventures League.
Yeah. So you dial that in. Yes, hello, Core Adventurers League.
Yes, this
Mesh.
is Coltarn of the Dust Knights reporting the successful extermination of a false Hydra in the town name.
Eisenfeld.
I'm sorry, a
probably-
false Hydra.
Yes, we'll probably need to bring in some sort of, recovery, medical assistance, and probably also several dozen therapists.
Bees screams next to Coltarn. Can you hear me yet? Can you hear us yet?
Yes, bees.
Tell them not to eat it.
I can hear you, bees, as Mistle takes
It's
the.
implied.
Yep.
Confirmed. We will send the relief efforts as soon as we can. Congratulations on the job well done.
Thank you. We're going to stick around until relief efforts get here, just in case anything else pops up.
Of course.
Hill keys his communicator. All right, everyone. I think it's dead. Let's get everybody up top. We need to find Mistel's family.
Bees would like, if we can, to nose around and see if there's any indication of like eggs or young or any kind of offspring.
Roll me investigation real quick, or perception, whichever's better.
As Still says that, Mistel like flies over and hugs Still's face.
Investigation is what? Could it be survival?
Sure. Roll me survival just to track things, maybe. Yeah.
For my suggestion,
16. Could I guide myself retroactively?
Sure.
Okay.
how far up is the?
It's about
Yeah.
60 feet from ground floor.
17. Not great. Not terrible, but not great.
So a few things are happening right now. First off, Bees, you look around. You see a lot of tunnels that this thing has dug to sort of spread itself out around the town. But you're not seeing a whole lot of anything else. Like, it doesn't seem to have any eggs or any kind of young anywhere. It seems to have been solitary and living by itself. While that's happening, Jasira sort of floats down and sort of looks at the silvery pool.
Don't drink it.
I have no intention of doing so, she says as she sort of looks down. I think it must be. And she sort of pulls out a vial and very carefully scoops up the contents into a small vial and stops it.
Do we know who this was?
Well, this, she says, holding up the silvery contents, is almost certainly Godsblood.
Uh-huh.
We had assumed.
From what divine source, I can't tell. Obviously, I'm not a cleric. I'm quite literally the opposite. But
Till looks up, fully expecting Strida to basically be like rock climbing down here or something.
Strida just sort of does the superhero landing and just craters the ground a little bit.
Or that.
If I might suggest, it's going to be a bit of a climb for those of us that don't have innate flying. Till, Mistel, you might want to go ahead and fly off to look for Mistel's folks.
Oh, I can fix that for who all can't fly.
As
You
you say.
Strida, and Coltarn.
How bees can't fly very
Lost
fast, correct?
somebody.
Or for long. I'm probably about this point the bees are fairly exhausted and put the suit back down.
There was one more camera here, and now there is not.
I think this is all of us.
No, this is all of us.
Maybe they just rearranged themselves.
They
I don't know.
rearranged.
It was-
Because when I raised my hand, Zoom went, "Oh, you raising your hand," and then shifted me over.
And then died. Oh, okay. Then was like, oh, you're in charge now. Fuck you, AI.
Sorry, Sri, I can only do one other. I touch Coltarn and I cast Fly on both of us.
That's fine. I can climb.
Come on,
Uh,
bees.
As Strida sort of looks down at this mass. I do not recognize the essence of this God's blood. I don't. To be fair, I would only really recognize my father's, but I don't know it.
I wanna, just because I'm an adventurer, I wanna look around the lair and see if there's anything of value that got tucked down here at some point.
Till's gonna look over at Coltarn. If you can take lead on anything that remains here, and we'll head off and find what we can.
Go.
Roll me investigation.
Yep.
All right.
Natural 20.
Hell yeah.
I don't have guidance, but natural 20.
So with a natural 20, it looks like as you look around, while there is no lair per se and no eggs as shown by Bees' survival, something that is sort of like half buried under rubble as you look around, it looks like a significant amount of the town's like treasury vault and also perhaps the former mayor who no longer exists, personal belongings might have been in roughly this vicinity when the town collapsed when the town hall collapsed under the hole this thing dug out of it. You can find a large number of just like open stray credit chips and various knickknacks and items laying around.
What was our new demigod
Strita?
friend's name?
Rita.
Strita. The rest of you are like going to help find Mistel's family. I think Strita and myself should get all of this moved above ground. This is going to be something the town will need to recover from. Well, will need in order to recover.
Yes, probably wise. Streeta says as she starts to, like, with individual hands, just grab boulders and shove them to the side. Just
Yeah, I'm using the fly spell. I'm going to fly. That was cast. I'm going to fly back up and construct a ladder. The pulley and a pull and a crane
Block and
pulley
tackle.
system,
Right, yeah.
so we can get things up between the two of us without needing to keep everyone else here.
so the rest of you make your way back out. As you're walking your way out, you see the accountant Vara sort of walk into this room where the hole is and sort of look around wide-eyed, like she's just taking in the devastation.
Come here while I do this. I'll explain everything.
Recommend
She's
a
sort of-
seat and some deep breaths and probably at least a glass of water.
Yes.
Sort of like,
Howdy.
like focuses her breath for a second.
I reach over and hand her a red vine.
Yeah.
Swigs it for a second.
Red vines
Thank
cure
you.
everything.
Yes, they do.
And yeah, she will join Coltarn.
Yeah, no, I'll fill her in as best as I can based on the information that we've got.
Yeah, licorice. Yeah, just chews on the red vine while as she sort of like drinks on some water and chews on the red vine. And
Since she's the closest thing this town has for a mayor right now.
yeah. As you explain the situation to her, as the rest of you walk outside, there is panic in the streets. As the few remaining townsfolk realize what the hell their town looks like right now.
Mm-hmm.
This is why.
Till is unfortunately not stopping to help.
Bees is just following Mistel.
Mistel is headed straight for the forest.
Mm-hmm. Right for the grove.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Till's
Well,
basically keeping half an eye on Kendall, make sure she's following.
One thing that you can't help but notice as you pass by, because you had spoken to them directly previously, is and gotten food from them. As you pass by Dreams and Drams, you notice Fib is out on the street and sort of looking around in shock and awe. There's no sign of Lev.
I will. This doesn't have to be role played or anything like that. Since I'm the only one staying behind. After getting things up and pulled out and prepared, Coltarn will begin prepping the town for recovery services, trying to calm people down, get them gathered, get them safe and organized, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
Doing all the boring, but necessary work.
The actual hero work.
Any schmuck with a gun can walk in and kill a monster.
Right.
But yeah, the rest of you go looking around for into the forest and roll me perception checks.
All right. I have a passive of 21, which is better than my roll.
I have a passive of 20, which is also better than my roll.
A 15. Hold on just a second.
I don't see your roll. Oh, never mind. There it is still.
Yeah, just every beat.
Is a 15 a fail?
Technically,
I
You-
will use one of my Pact of the Talisman ability charges to roll 1d4.
Do you treat
19.
do you treat passives as a floor?
in certain situations, in this case, you're actively looking, so
Okay.
and it's just a matter of what you're finding. If someone was trying to sneak up on you, theoretically,
Yeah.
but as you look around, you start to, all of you, honestly, because the DC was 16. All of you start to hear more activity in the forest, as if everything is starting to come back alive in the wake of this thing's passing, as everything had been dead silent previously.
And-
Um,
All right.
and as you look around, you, Mistel especially, you hear the buzzing of tiny wings. Well, roughly your size wings.
Mhm.
I was gonna say, well, that's bees, obviously.
You hear the buzzing of,
She-
for you, perfectly proportional wings.
She heads towards that direction.
And you barely make it like 20 feet in that direction before suddenly there are about a dozen tiny figures by everyone else's standards. They're about your size, sort of swarming out of the woodwork and sort of flying around you in circles, as in a combination of excitement and surprise, as about a dozen different Invarans have sort of emerged from the woods and are greeting the people who seem to have saved the town that they were looking at. And you hear a cacophonous babble of various Invaran voices all talking at you at once.
Mistel is looking for her family specifically.
And yeah, as time goes by, as like a couple of seconds pass, and the babble is cut through by a particularly strong voice that sort of seems to silence the other ones. Mistel. Oh, my little girl. As a slightly taller than the rest of them Invaran, with long, flowing white hair that reaches down to about what would be her waist. Like it sort of parts through the crowd, and you can see this sort of sea green Invaran woman with large emerald eyes. Sort of flutters towards you, as for the first time in many years, you see Wenril, your mother.
Mistel just flies into her arms, tears in her eyes. Mom.
Wraps both arms around you. Oh, it's so good to see you. I've missed you so much. Come along, everyone. Say hello to your sister and your daughter, Runic. Get over here. And several of the other Invarans. You see your father, Runic, who has more of your bluish complexion. His hair darker but a little short. Your two older sisters, Nesla and Rosalind, and Danik, your younger brother or your older brother, and the three of them in various different shades, somewhere between your mother and your father. All sort of gather round in what quickly becomes a family group hug.
She will stay like that for a few moments.
I'm so sorry that we couldn't find you. You had been taken, and we searched, but we couldn't find you.
I was held and kept in a cage for like 10 years.
So sorry.
When I got out, I went to look for you guys, but you weren't on Invaria anymore.
Yes, when we escaped our own captors, we just wandered until we found a place. And occasionally we would have to flee that place as well, but we were hoping that when we had gotten here, we would have a place to stay, and maybe one day you would find us. And it looks like you have.
When we first
Just-
got here, it looked like you guys had abandoned the area.
The thing that had come in there, we only learned about it by chance. It was, well, Danik likes to play pranks, and had set off a shrieker trap, and Nesla and Rosal ended up deafened by it. And in the time that they couldn't hear, they saw the thing and gathered the rest of us, and we hid.
Okay, that's what we thought. After we saw the thing and realized what was going on.
Fortunately, it seems like we were too small to be a good snack for it.
That's what one of my friends had mentioned was a possibility.
Mistel, I'm just so glad you're safe.
I'm so glad to see you guys. I've been searching for years. These are my friends. They help me. Jewel.
Have they been speaking in Sylvan?
Pretty much, I
Mm.
think.
In Sylvan, then Bees says, "We're
It's technically it's in Varan. It's a unique
okay,
language
alright.
to their species, because they're not Fey. They look Fey, but they're not.
Okay, never mind."
But in
Hello?
common, she will
Yeah.
she will say, these are my friends.
Hello there.
Hi.
That's Kendall and Till, and these are Bees.
It's a pleasure to meet all of you. I'm so glad that Mistel has strong friends who are able to help keep her safe and help her find us. I'm Wenril. This is my husband Runic, he says, indicating to the blue male in Varan, and these are my other children, Nesla and Rosald and Danik.
Well,
Mistel's been real sad.
What?
Mistel's been real sad.
Mistel's now smiling. Like tears in her eyes, but tears of joy.
I'm so sorry, my dear. You must have gone through so much.
It's my fault.
It's not your fault,
I ran away that day.
as any frightened child would.
I
It's not, you have no blame. It was ill fortune and the acts of pirates. If anyone is to blame, it is them, not you. I'm just so glad that you're safe and that we found each other again.
oh, and we killed the thing.
We noticed. You've grown up to be a strong warrior.
I try.
she's excellent at finding the soft spots, that's for sure.
She stabbed it a bunch.
Very proud of you, Mistel.
We shot it a bunch.
We're very proud of you too, Bees.
Okay.
Still, I suppose, I hate to ask this question, but will you be staying or will you be going on more adventures?
Mistel stops smiling for a moment and just falls completely silent.
If I may, the town will require some level of recovery, and I believe the Dust Knights, regardless of what other adventures the future might hold for us, will certainly be lending our efforts, and we're not just a sort of show up, shoot, and fuck off kind of, sorry, language.
Please, we've heard much worse.
We'll be around at least for the immediate future.
We're not, because we have been up to this point.
Kendall's right. We always fuck off after.
Yes, well, we're changing things. We have new leadership now, don't we?
Okay, no more fucking off.
Keep forgetting we have a 4-year-old.
To be clear, just the fucking off, not the. Okay,
What do you mean?
nothing.
What do you mean?
I think what he's saying
Phil
is
can explain it in a
Well,
bit.
Okay.
we'll be here for a little while, and
Give Kendall some time
I
to
will.
get acquainted with the rural areas of her planet.
I will decide after we've been here for a little while.
No matter what you choose, we will always have a home for you here, as long as we stay here. Which I think we might be able to stay a little while now. We like this planet, and with that beast gone, maybe we'll be able to live peacefully, and maybe even help the townsfolk rebuild.
You know,
Yeah, this
If-
is Kendall's home planet. She
Yeah.
points at Kendall.
I was gonna say if you like the planet, but maybe you want to stay in a different place, I am pretty sure you could stay where my mom and dad live. It's a lot nicer.
We might,
But
we might
still
take you up on that
foresty.
at some point.
Kendall's like super rich and like queen of this planet.
I'm not queen of the planet.
You kind of are.
More like a princess, but
Okay.
Yes, candy.
But yeah, I could totally talk to my dad and see. I'm sure there would be no problem.
That sounds wonderful. I think
It's much
Till
safer.
is just pinching the bridge of his nose.
Much
I think-
safer. No big monsters come in and eat the whole town.
That much at least is true.
I think we'll stay around and help rebuild here for a while, but I would love to at least see where your family lives at some point. And
Oh,
maybe-
us go
maybe-
there too? Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
Maybe in the future, who knows? But
Okay,
I
in the
But
future,
also-
yes. In the future, absolutely.
I think we'd like to explore this planet a bit more, but I think for right now, we'd like to, at the very least, build a bit of a home for right now.
Okay.
There are lots of pictures of Kendall in her larval stage there.
Can we not phrase it like that?
Okay. Pupa.
I mean, that's not even accurate.
Okay.
Phil just takes a step back and just
Really
lets
like-
this happen.
It's only like 5 years ago. Oh, I guess for you,
mean,
that's like
To be fair, that's longer than
7
Bees has been-
generations
Bees has been
ago.
around. Yeah.
Exactly. That was 14 queens ago.
But yeah, Wenril sort of. But regardless, Mistle, whatever you decide, whether you stay or go, we are always happy to welcome you back whenever you want to come back.
Thank you.
But for the next couple of days, at the very least, you can spend some time with your family, and we can flutter around the forest and around town, and maybe help out with a bit of the reconstruction.
Sounds good.
Nothing bad was ever called the Reconstruction.
Well, I'm certain I don't know what you mean.
okay, but the term on its own, when you don't capitalize the R, has legitimate meaning.
Sure.
Always a fine way to recover from unpleasantness.
Oh no.
With that, that is where we will
Foghorn Leghorn.
end for the week.
Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.